Remember when I was a lad, times were hard and things were bad, but there's a silver lining behind every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living out of life and dirt. We'd get together in a family circle, singing loud.
Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor, me and little brother would join right in there. Singing seems to help a troubled soul. One of these days, and it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join the family circle at the throne. No, the circle won't be broken. By and by, Lord, by and by.
Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor, me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
I remember after work, Mama would call in all of us. You could hear us singing for a country mile. Now little brother has done gone on, but I'll rejoin him in a song. We'll be together again up yonder in a little while. Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor,
me and little brother would join right in there. Singing seems to help the troubled soul. One of these days, and it won't be long, I'll rejoin them in a song. I'm gonna join the family circle at the throne. No, the circle won't be broken. By and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor,
me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. No, the circle won't be broken. By and by, Lord, by and by. Daddy sang bass,
Mama sang tenor,
me and little brother would join right in there. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Yes, good evening. Welcome to the program, the Chuck Wagon Gang, starting the program with Daddy sang bass and Mama sang tenor. Good to have your company as always. Tonight I'll be here until 9:30 or thereabouts, hopefully playing lots of your favourite music. Keep your names coming in there. Keep saying hello to everybody. Any new names, make them feel welcome to the program. You can find me on Facebook or on YouTube. If you've any birthdays, any requests, any anniversaries, anything at all, you can get in contact through Facebook and YouTube, and we will get round to it before the end of the program, all being well. I want to start tonight. Lots of you will already know, whether you know the Brown family or maybe you saw it on my Facebook page, that our friend and brother and avid listener to the program, William Brown, or a lot of people knew him as Billy Brown, but I knew him as William Brown, went home to be with the Lord this week. And I spoke to William several times on the phone. I met him maybe 3 times since I got to know him. But a lovely gentleman he was, lovely Christian gentleman. And our thoughts tonight are with Mavis, his wife, and all the family. I didn't know the family. I knew Mavis, and I know William hasn't been in good health for a number of years, but he lost his battle, but now he's with Christ, which is far better, and we can rejoice in the knowledge that we know he's with the Saviour, and he's no more pain tonight. So I just want to play this one piece, and we're thinking very much and we're praying for Mavis and all the family at this time.
I have gone from sight, but I am waiting, waiting just beyond the rainbow's end. I'm happy in this place that I have come to, because I'm here with my forever friend. Now all your thoughts of me, let them be joyful, of things we've done and happy times we've shared. So don't be sad, dear ones, because I've left you. Please laugh and talk of me as if I'm there. Just look up in the sky, I am the sunshine. I'm the mist that rises on a summer's morn. I'm the gentle breeze that cools the autumn evening. When the birds sing in the trees, I am their song. This journey I have made, one day you'll make it. You too will be with my forever friend. It's then once more that we will be together. I'll meet you just beyond the rainbow's end. It's then once more that we will be together. I'll meet you just beyond the rainbow's end. Yes, I'm waiting just beyond the rainbow's end.
He sits all alone with no place to call his own, not knowing what tomorrow may bring. He holds on to a Bible that his precious mother gave him, and in his heart he joyfully sings. I've got a mansion just over the way. I've got a mansion, I'll sing it someday. Though my thoughts may be vexed, I'll have a robe of white someday. I've got a mansion just over the way.
was the Perry sisters, and I've got a mansion just over the way, Kilray Baptist Church, tomorrow evening at 6:30, the continuation of the drive-in services at the Fairhill Car Park in Kilray. And the speaker is Pastor Philip Cameron, and the singer is Graham Murphy. And everyone will be very welcome to go along to that. That's in the Fairhill Car Park in Kilray, the drive-in tomorrow night at 6:30. Now, share the programme. I forgot to say that, which is very unusual, but if you haven't already done so, please hit the share button if you can. But it's great to see lots of you in so early in the programme, and we appreciate that very much. Indeed, as you know, up here today it was the Apprentice Boys Parade up here, and there were thousands upon thousands of people. But I'll tell you something, it was cool, very, very, very cool up here. And there was a bit of rain on and off too. It wasn't just a powerful day, but it was all right. Didn't see much of the parade, I can assure you that. But anyway, 60 minutes past 8. Good to have your company. Stay with us right through until 9:30 or thereabouts tonight. I haven't had. There's that early on. I started again. It must be, I'm going to have to do a bit of research, because it must be whenever I look into a computer screen or a camera that I start yawning. I don't understand it. Maybe it's because I haven't had my dinner. There's maybe something related to yawning and not having enough enough food. I need to look into that. I need to go and consult with Dr. Gilbert to see if that would be right or not. Because maybe I've not enough food in my system, and then I'm full of wind or full of air, and I have to let it out like this here. I don't know. But anyway, doesn't matter. I'll get my dinner when I'm finished. That's my problem, you see. I eat at the wrong time. I could do without eating all day. But you see, night time, when everything settles down and you settle down for the night, that's when the pan could go on. You could swing the pan then about 10:30 or 11. And I wouldn't think twice about eating half a dozen sausages and 3 or 4 fudge and 2 sodas and 2 eggs. But I only like the yellow of the egg. I don't like the white of an egg. And maybe half a tin of spaghetti and vegetable roll, steak sausages. Now, not pork. I can take pork, but I prefer steak sausages, you know. I'm waffling on and making myself hungry, which is making me far, far worser. Anyway, Logan Smith is going to sing this time for us. There's Joy in the Morning.
Up in the morning and start each brand new day, I thank God for His blessings with a smile upon my face. Though Satan comes against me, I will not lose my faith. Though weeping may endure the night, things are about to change. There's joy in the morning with each passing day. No matter what you're facing now, help is on the way. Don't worry about tomorrow, He's worked it out for you. Remember, joy comes in the morning, and you're gonna make it through. You may feel at your lowest point. It seems all hope is lost. But friend, may I remind you that there's one who paid the cost. So wipe the tears back from your eyes. Let the joy replace the pain. 'Cause freedom waits for you today if you'll call on Jesus' name. There's joy in the morning with each passing day. No matter what you're facing now, help is on the way. Don't worry about tomorrow. He's worked it out for you. Remember, joy comes in the morning, and you're gonna make it through. Remember, joy comes in the morning, and you're gonna make it through.
Yes, remember, joy comes in the morning and you're going to make it through. Clinker, hello to you. Are you still away on holidays? I don't know whether you're... I can't keep up with you, whether you're at home or whether you're not. You're never in the house. Avril Strange, good evening. There's Ma and Da, counting money. That's a sure sign you plenty of money when you're throwing it out on the table and counting it. Telling you. There's Nellie and Drumbo and Paddy Santoro, surprise, surprise. Eileen and Eric. Joan Garrett, Dr. Gilbert, Midwife May, Ann and Harry Richmond, May Reynolds, Irene Smith, Jonathan and Florence Turtle in New Mills, Rhonda Bowman and Lynette and Eric are in beautiful Cranberry in their half of this particular caravan. I haven't mentioned that this wee while, but I just like people to remember that, if Lynette and Eric are out and they're talking to you, maybe they're, maybe name dropping or something like that, and then they would say, oh, where were you? And Eric would say, oh, we were down at the Staticular in Cranberry there. Make sure and correct them that it's half a Staticular caravan. Half a Staticular caravan. Jacqueline Moore and Garva, Mary and Tommy Davison, and Elaine and Mark, hello to you. Phyllis Heaney, Noel Murphy, Betty Patton. I hope Betty had a great birthday on Wednesday past. Shared a birthday with the Reverend William McRae, him and hers twins. Noreen Kirkpatrick, hello to you, and John and Eileen Irwin in Ballymena. Hi. Okay, on with the music. This is a piece that I think is really worth listening to. The singer is Sonny Clardy, and the song is called I'm All Right. Have a listen to these words.
When with you I'd live each day, I do my best to point the way to heaven, to ensure He's in your heart. Mistakes at times you make, but I love you anyway, as did my Jesus, who forgave and covered my sin. I'm all right, I'm safe in the arms of Jesus. I'm alright. I'm sitting by the crystal sea. I'm alright with loved ones I am walking. I'm alright. Heaven's home. I'll see you soon. When with you I'd live each day, sharing Christ in what I'd say, living for Jesus, so you could tell He's in my heart. Mistakes at times were made, but through Christ He paved the way. The road to heaven, a mansion here is now my home. I'm alright, I'm safe in the arms of Jesus. I'm alright, I'm sitting by the crystal sea. I'm alright with loved ones I am walking. I'm alright, heaven's home, I'll see you soon. I'm alright, I'm safe in the arms of Jesus. I'm alright, I'm sitting by the crystal sea. I'm alright with the loved ones I am walking. I'm alright, heaven's home, I'll see you soon. I'm alright, heaven's home, I'll see you soon. I'm alright.
Yes, I thought that was a clinker. And Sonny Clardy, I'm all right. I'm safe in the arms of Jesus. There's our Scott McCarter. Scott will be on YouTube. He'll be in his bed nice and warm. I'll tell you, it was so cold today. The heating had to get on, and it was needed. It was needed. Now, that I don't like putting the heating on in the month of August because it limits my supply then for the winter. But it was needed today, I can tell you. It was cool. Marie Sterrett, Ronald and Jennifer Morrison, good evening to both of you over there in Scotland. Hello to Diane Slater and her mum Hazel as well. Jeremy Williams, Auntie Gwen, Uncle Jim, Barry Mitchell and Ruth Fairgrieve. Ruth, delighted to hear from you. Continuing to pray for you, and glad you're on the mend, you're getting there. Slowly but surely, but that's good. And there's the Sheriff, Jim Brown, good evening to you. Jim and Violet McMillan and Edith and Isabel and wee Charlotte and all the family up there in East Belfast, and Molly and Jay in Belfast as well. Our Buckley Granny, Janie Jappy, good evening to you. Paul Kiles in Ballymena. Francis McEntee had a bad cold last week. That's going about. Because I think Ma had a wee touch of that. She had a cough and she had a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp the whole week. Oh, you couldn't have looked out there. Ronald and Sharon Hannah are in a sunny Kilkeel. But was it sunny all day? Sunny, don't go away. I'm here all alone. Sandra Scott in Portavogie. Sandra, how you doing? Stephen McRae and Cherie and all the family. good to have your company. I'm glad you had a great holiday. I don't know where you were, but I saw pictures. I wonder, did it say where you were? Can't remember. You weren't in Cranbray anyway. You were somewhere farther away than that. Hazel and William Galbraith and Coleraine, and Lynn and Isabel Seven, hello to you. And Lynn says, prayer please for my cousin's little girl. She's 8 years old. She went through heart surgery last Thursday and now has fluid in her lungs. And her name is Olivia Gilmore. I saw that. I think I saw that on Facebook. But thanks for letting us know, and I'll certainly add Olivia to the prayer list, and all of you can pray for Olivia, only 8 years old. Went through heart surgery last Thursday, now has fluid in her lungs. So get praying for that situation and for all the family as well. Granny Agnes McKissick and Balnahinch and Daphne Shilliday and Evelyn Spires and Ruben Roy Ansell. And there's Agnes Spears. Hello to you. Lots of names still, but we'll get through them in the next half hour or so. Victory in Jesus by Greg Wright.
Save a wretch like me. I heard about his groaning, of his precious blood's atoning. Then I repented of my sins and won the victory. Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He sought me and bought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. I heard about a mansion he has built for me in glory. Of gold beyond the crystal sea, about the angels singing and the old redemption story. And some sweet day I'll sing up there the song of victory. Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He sought me and bought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He sought me and bought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood.
Yes, victory in Jesus, my Saviour forever. Now, um, last week, if you remember last Saturday night on the programme, I had said that some of these nights, I didn't say tonight, but some of these nights I intended to, suppose, dedicate a programme to any queries or questions you have about your gardens, because at this time of the year you like to see the garden in full bloom and plenty of colour. And then someone asked me in conversation a fortnight ago that they have quite a big garden, and in the summertime it's in full bloom, but in the winter time it's desperate looking. It's just miserable and there's no colour in it. And I was able to tell you then that the way round that is when the flowers disappear come mid-September and they go into hibernation for the winter, that you can get a particular paint. It's an acrylic. It's quite a heavy paint, and you can paint the greenery of the flowers. The scallion bit. The scallion bit. There is a proper name for it. It's gone off my head now. But the scallion bit of the flower and the leaf, you can paint it with you can paint it with a certain paint, and it just leaves the whole garden. Now, it's time consuming. It takes time. I done it last year because I wanted to try it out before I would talk about it, and tried it last year, and it's amazing, because when you come into springtime again, the beginning of March, the paint, like in the autumn when all the trees lose their leaves, well, all the leaves lose the paint coming into springtime, and it leaves a lovely greenery again. So the paint doesn't affect the plants. That's a question that I was asked, does the paint affect the plants? And it doesn't. It doesn't. So you can rest assured that the paint will leave the leaves and everything will be back to normal. But then it's a repetitive thing. You have to keep painting at the end of every September. But it's worth it when you look out the window and you sort of take stock of everything that all the plants you've painted. And October, November, December, when it's so cold and raining and snowing, you still have a garden full of colourful beautification. Now, there was something else I was going to say there. Can't mind now what it was. What was I going to say there? It was only something to do with the garden and the flowers. I know. Somebody asked me a question. It was a very important question too, but I can't mind what it was now. Anyway, hello to Dorothy McCullough. Robert Gray. Robert celebrates his birthday on Monday. He will be 64. Robert, have a great day on Monday. Linda Jean is off tonight, but she's working tomorrow morning in Craigavon from 8 to 1. So it'll be an early night tonight. Rosemary Kyan, hello to you. Harold and Irene Duncan. Agnes Spears. Now, yes, that's what I did want to say. This annoyed me a wee bit. Well, not annoyed me, but annoyed me a wee bit. Ronald Hannah says, I'm looking fresh and well tonight. Now, very nice of you to say, yes. And Ronald Morrison says, I thought so too, Ronald. Rosy cheeks and a shiny nose. Well, sadly, I can't help that shiny nose. That's just the way it is. And I had no time, I had no makeup artist tonight, so I just had to come on at your alley. But Ronald Hannah was actually in touch with me during the week about different questions concerning his garden in Kilkeel. And Kilkeel's a lovely part of the world, and people up there like to take pride in their gardens and have lots of shrubbery and stuff too. Is that another question he has? Oh, it's going to be Ronald Hannah's programme here. He says there's 2 questions. Well, this one isn't actually a question. It's upset me a wee bit because he says it has been sunny all day in Kilkeel. He got his shoulders sunburnt varnishing the deck chairs. Now, I for one would like to see a picture, not of his shoulders, of the deck chairs varnished. I'd like to see how they turned out, because his garden furniture's plastic. And I never knew you could varnish plastic chairs. Flora Christie, our Jenny, our granny, our Bucky granny says, like Victory and Jesus, but not sure about the drums. No, I wasn't sure about the drums either, but I liked the version. But just forget about the drums. Now, Mr. Hannah says, I have asparagus in a big flower pot, but it didn't bloom yet. What would you suggest? Well, that's actually a very easy question. If you have asparagus in a big flower pot and it hasn't bloomed yet, go and get it, and you can go to Tesco's. They sell it in Tesco's, or Asda, or Aldi. You'd have to go to the south for Aldi, or IKEA, not IKEA. What do you call that other place? That place I don't like. Lidl's. Well, I do like, because their biscuits is cheap. So there you are. That's a good question. Thanks for sharing that with me. Ronald has asparagus in a big flower pot, but it hasn't bloomed yet. What would you suggest? Just go to the shop and buy it. It's far, far easier, because asparagus, trying to grow asparagus is a nightmare. It can be a nightmare, especially in the sun. Asparagus needs lots of rain and watering 3 times a day. But I appreciate you putting that question to me. But we will move on. Here's Carl Robertson this time. If I could live my life over, wonder what you would do. Would you do anything different? I would say we all would. I would say maybe some of us had a lot of regrets and we would like to do things differently. And if we could look back now and change things. Or maybe you wouldn't change a thing.
If I could live my life over, oh, what a change there would be. I'd ask Jesus to take me and make me one of his own. And there'd be no more darkness, no more sin in my life, for he'd be there with me, always shining so bright. If I could only live my life over again, I'd live it for Jesus and let him be my friend. I'd be ready to meet him when I come to the end. So when he knocks, let Jesus come in. As you go through this old world, please take Jesus with you. And when you face all your troubles, he will see you through. And when you are tempted to stray into sin, if you'll knock, then Jesus will welcome you in. Oh, if I could only live my life over again, I'd live it for Jesus and let him be my friend. I'd be ready to meet him when I come to the end. So when he knocks, please welcome him in. So when he knocks, let Jesus come in.
Yes, one of the all-time favourite singers, Carl Robertson, If I Had My Life to Live Over. Very happy birthday to Norma McMaster from Garva. And this comes in from our Anna and the Wheels and the Bus Terry. And it's Norma's birthday this coming Tuesday, the 12th of August. So Norma, hope you have a great day. Stuart will spoil you, obviously, that goes without saying. And no mention of an age, so I didn't ask our Anna, I just accepted the request and did what I was told. I didn't mention age or anything else, because I wouldn't do that. That's not in my nature to pry or ask questions of a personal nature. I could guess, but I'm not going to. I had a text during the week from Fred Bryson. I see Fred's name in there up there. Fred and Muriel in Glengormley. And he sent me a text. He says, Martin, I'm thinking about you. We're sitting at the captain's table in Glengormley. Now, for those of you who don't know, you've heard me talking about the captain's table. It's not a massive place. It's like a diner, a fish and chip shop diner, and it's been there for well over 100 years, and it's a brilliant place. It is brilliant. If you take a notion someday and you would just like something tasty, plain and ordinary, like sausages, bacon, egg and chips, or fish and chips, or I don't know, something like that, or an all-day fry, Captain's Table's the place to go. We ran it not so long ago, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago, and just real good, homely stuff that sticks to your ribs. That was good. Oh, that was good. So there you are. I know Norman Stewart have been in it as well a couple of times. But I know it's a bit away if you live here, you know, but if you're going out for the day and you're going through Glengormley, call in. That's well worth a visit. And tell them I sent you and you might get a wee bit of discount. They might give you an extra sausage or something. And then again, they might not. Almost 10 to 9, and we will continue on with, I want to play this song by Jim McComas. It's one called I'm Redeemed.
Lord, I love you today more than I did yesterday, and I'll love you tomorrow more again. For small word, but it means the world to me. It means love and life, the very air that I breathe. For it means that I've been pardoned, I'm forgiven of all my sin. So I lift holy hands to you, Lord, for I'm redeemed. I was nothing but a sinner, just a poor, lost, wretched soul, hungry for the truth, but I had no place left to go. But then a change took place, amazing grace became real in me, and I'll praise you most of all, for I'm redeemed. But then a change took place, amazing grace became real in me, so I'll praise you most of all, that I'm redeemed.
Yes, Jim McComas and I'm Redeemed. I see a message from Elaine, and Elaine Davison. Well, it was a problem, but she solved it herself. She threw them in the brown bin. But I'm going to tell you, Elaine, that was the wrong thing to have done. She says, Martin, I grew sunflowers. They were in full bloom, but boys a dear, it attracted the wasps. We had hundreds of them, so the sunflowers got the brown bin. So she had hundreds of sunflowers, and they attracted the wasps, and they do, and that's a natural. That's all part of the natural world. Wasps and bees are attracted to colourful things and smells. Like if I went out the morrow on a sunny day and I had aftershave on me, and it's good aftershave, it's called Savage. If I went out with my Savage on, I would attract the wasps and the bees. Wouldn't attract anything else. So wasps and bees do like colour and smell. And sunflowers, whether you knew this or not, but sunflowers have an aroma. If you were standing beside or behind or in front of a sunflower and you sniffed it, it has an aroma. And that aroma is, it's not a nice aroma. It smells like stinking turnip. But that's one of the fallbacks on having beautiful sunflowers. And sunflowers can grow up to 24 metres high if well manured. Now, to detract the wasps and bees of sunflowers is very simple. What do wasps? Is it wasps or bees? Who makes honey?
Bees.
Bees makes honey. So to attract the wasps and bees from the actual sunflower, what you do is the sunflowers that are grown, the stalk of the sunflower, you rub that with honey the whole way up the stalk with honey. Now it has to be pure honey, it can't be watered down stuff or it will just run off it. So, but this has to be done at least 3 to 5 times a day. You know, and when you're working full time, I understand you can't have green fingers when you're working all the time, unless you're painting walls green. So that's what you do with sunflowers, to keep the beauty of the colour of the flower, to stop the wasps and the bees from chawing at them. You cover the stalk in honey, and that attracts the bees and the wasps to that. And then, in actual fact, they're attracted to the honey, and then they stick to the honey because the sun sticks their wee legs to the honey, and then they can't get near the actual flower. So that is, I wouldn't have thrown them in the brown bin. I wouldn't have done that. That was a silly thing to do. You should have asked me first, and I could have prevented all that hassle. Mary Campbell, hello to you. Leslie Trimble, Lois Kearse, John Nichol, Freddie Lafferty in Ballymoney, and Joan McWhirter, hello to you as well. Last Sunday I gave Scott a challenge. It's usually poor Lynette gets the challenge, but Scott got a challenge last Sunday. And I'd asked him this past week to find me 10 hymns, wasn't it? 10 hymns that were written 100 or more years ago. And I said between Monday and Wednesday, no later than Wednesday. Well, I finished the programme here at 5 o'clock. I went into the drawing room. That's where I keep the colouring pencils and the books. I went into the drawing room and I sat down, and my phone gave a ding dong. Scott, with his 10 hymns. I don't know when I'm ever going to beat any of these challenges. He accepted it, and within 5-10 minutes of the programme finishing, he had a message through with his 10 hymns that were all written 100 and more years ago. So I have them searched for. I've got different singers for them, and that's all coming up in tomorrow's programme. So you'll be hearing Scott's 10 hymns tomorrow. He picked the hymns, I picked the singers. And in between times then, there'll be wee sing-alongs from Sunday school and different wee songs. Sunday afternoon is a more traditional afternoon, and that's the way people seem to like it. So while it's not broken, we won't fix it. And if it's plastic, don't paint it, Ronald. That's just a wee tip. So there you are. So we have rectified sunflowers. I've told you not to paint plastic furniture with varnish. You have to use emulsifier for that, obviously. And we've covered a whole lot of things, haven't we? And about the about the paint for the winter time. Now, moving on. He's only a prayer away.
One day I heard the ancient story of a cross on a hill far away, and now I've a friend up in glory, and he's only a prayer away. Oh, he never will say, I'm too busy today. Every tear, every care, he's promised he will share. And although he's the Lord of all glory, yet he's only a prayer away. Sometimes, though I don't feel like praying, he still speaks words of love just the same. Then deep in my soul there starts flowing living water, songs of praise to his name.
Sunday past, Gillian, or last Sunday evening, Gillian, James and the children decided they were going to go to Dublin Zoo. Now, they had already been to Dublin last Saturday down to that Tato Park, I think it's called, and they thought it was a great place. So they decided they were going to go again to Dublin to the zoo on the Monday, and thought I'd like to go with them. So I thunk and I better thunk, and I decided I would, because Liz was going to take a second car so that I wouldn't have to drive. So, well, I wasn't looking forward to travelling, but I thought it'd be somewhere different. I've heard people talking about Dublin Zoo, and be a wee change. Because the zoo at Belfast, is it Bellevue Zoo, is that what they call it? It's all uphill. It's all uphill, and, well, I couldn't walk it, obviously, but even to take the electric wheelchair up that, the battery would be done before it would get halfway up. So, Dublin Zoo, to be fair, was flat. It was quite flat. It was flat, and it was flat. Can I say anything else good about it? Not really. It was flat. The only good thing was I didn't want to be known as a thief down in Dublin, but they had powerful rhubarb growing. Oh, never seen rhubarb like it coming out of the water. Big leaves of rhubarb. I've never seen anything like it. But I didn't take any, because you don't pick rhubarb in the month of June, July or August, because that stops it from regrowing again. But anyway, I'm sure you knew that. But I travelled all that distance to Dublin Zoo, and all the distance home again. Left here at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't home till 9 o'clock at night. I was I was really tired, but I went all that distance, and what I saw was one monkey, one magpie, and 30 ducks.
As you travel along on the Jericho Road, does the world seem all wrong and heavy you load? Well, just bring it to Christ, your sins all confessed on the Jericho Road. Your heart he will bless on the Jericho Road.
On the Jericho Road,
There's room for just two.
there's room for just two.
No more and no less.
No more and no less.
Just Jesus and
Just Jesus and you.
each burden he'll bear, each sorrow he'll share. There's never a care, for Jesus is there. Oh, take it, Scott. Oh, that's fun. On the Jericho Road,
Yes, on the Jericho Road, and I see Eric Dixon's getting his tuppence worth in there, and he says, then there were two monkeys. If I were you, Eric, I wouldn't just say too much. I would just keep a low profile, because I have the power of the mic. I don't want you to forget that. Eileen Irwin says, Martin, where were the rest of the animals? Well, because it was July, they probably were taking the 12th fortnight off. Probably they all went home to visit their families in Africa or New Zealand or somewhere, because they certainly weren't in the zoo. They don't keep magpies. One of them landed on top of a tree and I saw it. And that was actually the first animal I saw, so I took a picture of it. I'll post it on Facebook later. One monkey, yes, and I didn't actually see, I don't even think I saw its face, for it had its back to me. And the magpie and about 30 ducks. So it was a wonderful visit indeed to the zoo. Tia and Kai really weren't that terribly interested. Kai, you see the wee fella, he's going to end up like me. He's going to end up a wee barrel like me. He'll not walk the length thistle. He will not walk the length thistle. Every 2 feet he lay down on the ground. Oh, I'm tired. A wee barrel. Now you think you saw him here a few times on the programme. He's a wee barrel. He would eat, look, he would eat you out of house and home. Tia is the complete opposite. Eats nothing and she's like a stick. But they weren't terribly interested. And to be honest with you, neither was I. I wasn't exactly excited in any way. Diane Slater has a problem. And this is actually, Dan, this could be a good thing for you. It could be a money-making thing. Now listen carefully. Diane says her flat is infestated with fruit flies. What can I do? You can go to, now you'll get these in those cheap shops like Poundland, which I really should be starting to lobby and object against, because you get nothing for £1 in it now. It should be changed to at least £1.35 land. But you can go into Poundland or any of those other cheap shops and you can ask for fruit fly stickers. Okay, fruit fly stickers. You'll get them over in Scotland, and you get them here. If you're stuck, I can post you some over. Fruit fly stickers. You only get them at this time of the year. You'll not get them because nobody eats fruit in the winter time because it's too cold. And also, if you have fruit, some people put fruit out on their table in a bowl, and that's not the way to store fruit at all. Fruit should be kept in a cupboard out of the road to deter the fruit flies. When you get the fruit fly stickers, I think they come in a box of 12, so you put one in every room, okay? One in every room. You stick it from the ceiling down. It's about 1 metre in length, and what that does is that lets off an aroma for the fruit flies. When the stickers are full of the fruit flies, you then take the stickers and you put them into the freezer. Now, when they're in the freezer, those wee fruit flies will freeze within 3 to 5 working days. And when they're frozen, I'm starting to scratch thinking about flies. When they are frozen, if you are a good baker, Dan, if you make a good pastry, if you want the recipe I can give you, I make a very good pastry. Make a pastry base, put a tin of pears into it, or stewed apples or anything at all, and then bring the fruit fly stickers out of the freezer. Get a very flat knife, just like an ordinary dinner knife, and the stickers will be frozen. So get the knife, the blade of the knife, and just do that with the stickers, and all the fruit flies, put them into the mixture for the pie. And the fruit fly, they're called fruit flies because they taste fruity. So they just add that wee bit of extra. Some people put cinnamon into apple pies and things. Well, I don't like that. I don't think that's right. But those wee fruit flies add a wee, not a big crunch, but just a wee slight wee bite and a wee change of flavour. And it doesn't cost anything. You'll get them in the pound shop for $1.35. So there you are, that's that done. I am a fountain of knowledge tonight, and I'm not even charging you. I'm not even charging you for telling you all this.
When everything goes wrong and it seems all hope is gone, I remember how my Savior died. He died there on the cross so his world would not be lost. Jesus died for me long ago. Jesus died for me long ago. On a hillside far away, he was tortured and slain. God bless his holy name. Jesus died for me long ago. What pain he suffered there, the Holy One so dear, so that you and I could live. I'll try to repay for his suffering on that day. Jesus died for me long ago. Jesus died for me long ago. On a hillside far away, he was tortured and slain. God bless his holy name. Jesus died for me long ago. And he hung there all alone, his lifeblood almost gone. He never stopped praying for me. So I'll follow all the way and live with him someday. Jesus died for me long ago. Jesus died for me long ago. On a hillside far away, he was tortured and slain. God bless his holy name. Jesus died for me long ago. Jesus died for me long ago.
Yes, indeed, the late Ken Mullen, Jesus died for me long ago. Ina Stewart, hello to you, and Anne Singleton. Miss Anne, I do hope Anne's feeling a good bit better. Now, Elizabeth and Wally Campbell, hello to both of you. And Desi and Daphne Coffey, good evening to you as well down there in Newtonards in County Down. Now, wait, we see here what it says here. I've just been fed some inside information. Just hold on a second, please. Just to get it so that I'm not... I have been told that Elaine and Mark are very good at painting walls around gardens. There you are now. So if anyone is looking for your wall around your garden painted, it must only be walls around gardens they paint. I can Well, I can pass you. I have Elaine's number. I can give you Elaine's number, and you can contact them, and they'll only be too glad. I'm sure. I don't know what their fee is, but I'm sure. Well, they have plenty of money, so I don't think they'll be looking for very much. Just a drop of tea and a fruit fly square bun. That's a good idea now, because funny, we have a couple of walls here needs painted. So I'll be in touch with yous. There must be something funny about that story, because my inside information said LOL, and that doesn't mean lots of love. It means laugh out loud. So there's something. There's something, and I would like to know. Elaine, will you send me a message after the programme and tell me what the story is behind this, so I can let everybody know tomorrow. Part 2 coming tomorrow afternoon. Robert Barfoot and Elaine and all the family. I see Robert's name there. I haven't seen Robert. I haven't even been talking to Robert in a good while. It seems like ages since I've been talking to really anybody. But hopefully, if things keep improving, that'll change, hopefully. Dale Gilmer, hello to you, Dale. Our Bucky Granny says, long time since I heard Jericho Road, but again drums. Why is she hearing drums? Is that because it's Apprentice Boys Day? Sure, they would know Apprentice Boys in Bucky. Why is she hearing drums? Would you send her a message and see? Maybe she needs her ears vacuumed. I don't know why. Oh, eardrums. That's what it is, eardrums. I hear your tongue. Yvonne Pickering and Ronald Morrison says, have you seen the Waltzing Waters? What's that? Have I seen the Waltzing Waters? I don't know what that is. Tell me more. Pull up your chair and tell me more. David and Hazel McBride, hello to both of you as well. 9:20 almost. I want to play this. I played it, I think, maybe 3 weeks ago and haven't played it since. And I think it's a powerful song. And I felt led to play it tonight. It's by Mark Bishop. I think he's a marvellous singer. But the song is called Before Me, Behind Me and Beside Me. Great words in it. Have a listen to this. Robert says, Martin, who sells the fruit fly stickers? Tesco never heard. I don't believe it. He didn't get into Tesco's and ask for fruit fly stickers. Robert Barfoot's educated. He's an educated man. He should know better. Oh, that microphone's on. Oh dear, the microphone's on. Robert, no, you'll not get them in Tesco's. Tesco's is out of them. Because since we left the Economic Union, Tesco's don't stock them anymore. But you'll get them in the £1.35 land shop. If you buy, I think if you buy one, you get 3 free or something like that. They have an offer on. But you will get them in there. If you have a £1.35 land shop where you are, you'll get them in there. They have an abundance of them. And if not, I can get you some here and send them down, tell you. But no, Tesco's, they just all them big chains ever since we left the Pneumatic Union, they don't sell those things at all. So it's all the cheaper places will do them. Anyway, you know, and the funny thing is there'll be people sitting taking this all in that have been listening to me for 26 years on the air, and they'll still be taking I can tell you, there'll be somebody on Monday go into that Poundland and ask for fruit fly stickers. I'm telling you, I know. But anyway, hope they do. Hope they do. I hope they ring me after and say they couldn't get them. Mark Bishop, before me, behind me and beside me. Isn't it good to laugh? Isn't it good to laugh? Have you had a bad old week? Have you had just a depressing old week? Did things go wrong on Monday and worse on Tuesday and not any better on Wednesday? You need a wee pick-me-up tonight after your Chinese or your Kentucky or your McDonald's or whatever you had, or maybe you just cooked in the house. You need a wee laugh after it. Before me, behind me and beside me. Listen to this. powerful. That's actually what I would call a clinker.
I chanced to meet an old friend on the street just the other day. We reminisced about the past, told stories of yesterday. And he said, I heard you're a Christian, believing in God somewhere. I said, yes, I am, but in one way you're wrong, for wherever I go, he's there, 'cause he goes before me, preparing the way, and he stands behind me, listening when I pray. He walks beside me, and I'm restored. Before me, behind me, beside me, yes, my Lord. This world will take a Christian and slowly belittle your faith. The things you hold dear are rejected. There's no room for mercy or grace. But when I feel discouraged, when I feel I'm walking alone, I sense his hand on my shoulder, and I know he's just guiding me home, 'cause he goes before me, preparing the way, and he stands behind me, listening when I pray. He walks beside me, and I'm restored. Before me, behind me, beside me, yes, my Lord. Before me, behind me, beside me, yes, my Lord.
Living below in this old sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Striving along to face temptation's song, let let me tell you, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to save me. Let me tell you, where could I go but to the Lord? Neighbors are kind, I love them, everyone. We get along in sweet accord. But when my soul needs manna from above, let me tell you, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. I needed a friend to save me in the end. Let me tell you, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go but to the Lord?
Yeah, the sound of John Burns. Where could I go but to the Lord? I see Margaret Johnson is in there. She loved that piece. Where could I go but to the Lord? So Johnny today, well, he was past me before I realised it was him. And we saw Robert Campbell. And Thomas Forsyth, and there was one walked past me and said hello, Martin, and I hadn't a clue who. I hadn't a notion who they were. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, Eileen said, from childhood she's always known fruit squares as flies' graveyards. Oh, the very look of them things. The very look. And Jeannie says flies' cemeteries. Oh, book. How anybody could eat them things, I don't know. Again, you know me and all these Christmassy foods too, mince pies and fruit cake and Christmas cake and what do you call that, Christmas pudding, and was it brandy pudding or not, what do you call that pudding, plum pudding. Oh, I couldn't lip them, couldn't lip any of them, no, not at all, not if you were to pay me. Well, if you were to pay me I would have a good go at it, but it would depend how much. Ronald says, he asked me if I heard tell of a what? An indoor water thing. Can't mind the name of it. He says it's an indoor fountain of water and colour dancing to classical music. Ooh. 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 Never tell of that. Can't mind the name of it. I'll have to look for the name of it. Anyway, we're over per time, but sure it doesn't matter. Flies' graveyards. Oh, every time I see them in a bakery, I wouldn't be well. I don't know how empty, but big clumps of stuff too, and just knocking it in them. Oh, a drop of tea in their hand. No, what? Oh, I couldn't. You know, to look at me, I don't eat very much, and I don't have a sweet tooth at all. Sweets, you wouldn't find sweets in this house. You'd find them in the fridge, but you wouldn't find them in the house. Now, I'm not telling lies. Betty Patton thinks I'm telling a lot of full of nonsense today. I don't understand that. I'm trying to give you all good structural advice, and people are just not believing me, but that's okay, that's fine. I'm thick-skinned. I'll play a couple more, so while you're still listening, I'll keep on playing. I'll stay on to about 11:15 because I might be tired by then.
Many years he walked in darkness as he drove along the streets, with his hands stretched out for pennies, for just a bite to eat. It's a story of a blind man who met Jesus on his way. With a master's touch, the man looked up as the scoffers heard him say, "Somebody touch me, somebody touch me. Oh, I was blind, but praise his name, now I can see. I was in darkness when Jesus found me, but since he touched me, I now am free." One day he touched a crippled man and made him walk again, and the master saw with pleasure he had not labored in vain. Like the story of that crippled man, who once was bound by sin, since the master came, oh praise his name, I now can sing. Somebody touch me, somebody touch me. Oh, I was blind, but praise his name, now I can see. I was in darkness when Jesus found me, but since he touched me, I now am free. Somebody touch me, somebody touch me. Oh, I was blind, but praise his name, now I can see. I was in darkness when Jesus found me, but since he touched me, I now am free. I am free. Somebody touch me, somebody touch me. Oh, I was blind, but praise his name, now I can see. I was in darkness when Jesus found me, but since he touched me, I now am free. I am
Yes, somebody touched me. Our Anna says she saw dancing fountains in Jersey. That can actually be a dangerous thing if you see dancing fountains. That might be something to do with your cataracts. You need to get that checked out. I wouldn't let that go under the Diabetic Law of 1964 Act. Right, we're over our time, but sure, I'll just stay on to you. I'll go to bed with that too. No, I'm going to finish shortly. Could you say hello to Scott, please? We really enjoyed his hymn programme last Thursday. Looking forward to hearing what he's got picked for tomorrow. Yes, lots of people are looking forward to hearing his choices for tomorrow. As I say, lots of you knew that he would be on the ball. Well, I knew that too, but I didn't think it would be 5:10 last Sunday. But he has picked 10 pieces, 10 hymns that were written 100 or more years ago. I have actually just finished them this morning, picking the right singers. I like a hymn to be sung, singer-sanged as a hymn. But you know me, some choirs you get, you can't make out the words. You can pick up the tune, but unless you know the words off by heart, it's not much of a message on it. So it took a while to do that, but God willing, we look forward to that tomorrow between 3 and 5, and I look forward to your company. Yes, Clinker is still away, but she hasn't said where she is. Don't know where she is.
Wales.
She's in Wales. Oh, she's in Wales. But what part of Wales? I mean, there's a whole lot of places in Wales. There's Llandudno, there's Killymack, there's Kidamakanun, all them big long names I can't pronounce. But there's lots of places in Wales. I was in Wales once. I was once, wasn't I? Llandudno. Oh, it's all right. Anyway, I want to play this piece for you. Where is it? Yeah, there's there. The singer's called Creed Warner. Never played this singer before, but I like the piece. It's called Remind Me, Dear Lord.
The things that I love and hold dear to my heart are just borrowed. They're not mine at all. Jesus, only let me use them to brighten my life. So remind me, dear Lord. Roll back the curtain of memory now and then. Show me where you brought me from and where I could have been. Remember that I'm human, and humans forget. So remind me, dear Lord. Nothing good have I done to deserve God's own Son. I'm not worthy of the scars in His hands. Yet He chose the road to Calvary to die in my stead. Why He loved me, I don't understand. Roll back the curtain of memory now and then. Show me where you brought me from and where I could have been.
I'm human and humans forget. So remind me, dear Lord. Remember that I'm human and humans forget. So remind me, dear Lord.
Yes, I like that piece now. Remind me, dear Lord. Okay, so I'm going to go now. I'll just finish with one final piece tonight. And I'm going to finish again with Carl Robertson. And I like this piece. It's a question. The question is, do you really love Jesus? Thank you for your company. I appreciate it. I don't take you for granted. You know that by now. And I appreciate you keep me company every weekend. Tomorrow we'll do this all over again, God willing, from 3 o'clock until 5. And lots of you looking forward, even excited about Scott's hymns tomorrow. It's a traditional Sunday again. So, sleep well tonight. I'm going now to have, where do we see? I'm going to have a number 43 with, a number 43 with a why? Pong cracker? No chicken ball? Sweet sauce? And I'm going to have, I don't know what I'll have for afterwards. Maybe apple pie with fruit fly delight. Something like that. But no matter what I eat, it'll be full of nourishment. Anyway, so good night. See you tomorrow, God willing. And I will leave you with this by Carl Robertson. Do you really love Jesus? It's 9:45 away. You get to your beds.
When you love Jesus, you talk to him each day. When you love Jesus, you'll walk in the narrow way. You'll read the Bible, how Jesus came to free us. Tell me, do you really love Jesus? When you love Jesus to others, you'll speak his name. When you love Jesus, you'll love his people the same. And you will tell others how Jesus came to free us. Tell me, do you really love Jesus? If you love Jesus, you'll do what he tells you to do. You love Jesus, you'll praise him in spirit and truth. When you love Jesus, you'll give to others in need. When you love Jesus, you'll know how rich you can be. You'll stay near the cross where Jesus died to free us. Tell me, do you really love Jesus? Tell me, do you really love Jesus?